So the first process that is going to help us developing the schedule management plan, which is defining the activities, as you could see here. So we already have explained what is the plan schedule management. It's let's say benefit components, the inputs, outputs of that. Now let's move to the first key process that is involved when let's say developing the schedule management plan. Defining activities from the WBS, as you recall, when we say that we have to create the WBS, which will help us finding the activities and sequence them, and even help us to estimate each of these activities timeline and budget. So, what exactly is defining activities? So, defining activities is a critical process within the schedule planning, let's say, process. Defining activities bridges the gap between the work breakdown structure or the WBS and the project schedule. It ensures that all of the deliverables are broken into actionable and measurable tasks, allowing for further or better estimation. Also, it allows for sequencing and execution of these tasks. A well defined activity list is not only the foundation for effective scheduling, but also it's a tool to prevent scope creep and misalignment during the project execution. So the key inputs that we look here for, which is including the project management plan, and that project management plan, as you recall that we have shown you, it includes the, let's say, the WBS, the scope statements, the requirements that were gathered. So the key inputs here are considered when finding the activities is the project management plan, specifically the WBS. The tools and techniques here that we have to highlight, including the expert judgment, the decomposition, which we have shown, we have explored when creating the WBS. We have something here called the rolling wave planning and meetings. And the key outputs involved at this activity or this process, including having an activity list, an activity attributes, a milestone list, and change requests, and also project management plan updates. So, what is activity, let's say, definition? Activity definition is the process of identifying all of the tasks that must be completed to achieve the project deliverable. It involves breaking down work packages into a specific activities that can be scheduled, tracked, and executed. And this step ensures the clarity and eliminates any ambiguities and provide a detailed understanding of the work involved, helping the team to manage timelines, allocate resources, and monitor the progress effectively. But what exactly the relationship between the WBS and let's say activities? The WBS focuses on project deliverables, ensuring all scope components are accounted for. Uh, Components are counted for activity definition or the activities. It complements this by breaking down each work package into a smaller and executable tasks. For instance, if the WBS includes develop a website, the activity definition would identify the tasks like design homepage, let's say code login functionality, and test user experience. So the way you break down all of these tasks under, let's say, developing a website. So this breakdown is essential for estimating the time and resources and even budgets accurately, and for or on ensuring that all the work aligns with the project objectives. To understand exactly the or to review the inputs for activity definition or defining the activities as one of the key processes involved in the schedule management plan. Inputs are the starting point again for activity definition or defining the activities. So the WBS and its dictionary serves as the primary reference here and detailing all of the deliverables and their components. So the project management plan offers the guidelines and policies to ensure the activity definitions aligns with the project overall objectives. Additionally, the EAFs, like the market conditions and OPAs such as the templates and historical data, provides the context and the tools needed to standardize, streamline this process. Now let's understand the key ITTOs or the key, let's say, tools and techniques used for defining the activities. The first one we have is decomposition. Decomposition, again, it's a key tool for breaking down work packages into manageable activities. For example, when building a bridge, you can decompose into, for example, lay the foundation, or also one of the, let's say, activities that you need to complete is construct the pillars and finally install a deck. When it comes to rolling wave planning is particularly useful in a dynamic projects where you define and imitate activities in detail while allowing future tasks to evolve. So based on the evolvement of these tasks on these activities, you may break down and estimate each of these activities. So this is a very important concept that you might face in the exam, which is called the rolling wave planning. So you don't have to plan everything upfront. You need sometimes in a dynamic environment or in a dynamic project, you might need to wait for some time to ensure that you have enough clarity about what you are planning for. Then you will be able to estimate, let's say, the time needed for these tasks. The expert judgment leverages the team knowledge and the experts to ensure the tasks are practical, feasible, and align with the project goals. The outputs of defining the activities. So the outputs of activity definition are important for the project success. The activity list is, let's say, a comprehensive inventory for the tasks required for the project completion, while the activity attributes provide critical details about each task, such as the duration, dependencies, occasion, or resource required. And the milestone list identify the significant project events serving as a checkpoints to monitor the progress and alignment with the project schedule. Again, so the key outputs that you might need to focus on, including the activity lists, which is considered as a comprehensive list of all of the tasks. The second output here you have is the activity attributes, which a detailed description of each activity. The milestone list here, which including the project or the key project checkpoints. Here, let's have, let's say, steps to define the activities. So the process of defining activities begins thoroughly reviewing the WBS to understand the deliverables. Each work package is then broken into a specific and actionable tasks. It's critical to validate these tasks with its alignment with the project scope and objectives to avoid any unnecessary work. Finally, all activities and their attributes, such as the duration and resource needed, are documented in a detail to guide the subsequent planning steps. Now let's have a look on the common challenges that you might face when defining the. So challenges in activity definition can lead to significant project issues. For example, Overlooking a critical task can result in delays, while misaligned definition may cause a rework. Insufficient detail in activity attributes can hinder an accurate estimation and tracking. So, to mitigate these challenges, involve the stakeholders and review the WBS thoroughly and use historical data to validate the completeness. The best practices when defining activities. So, the best practices in activity definition involves collaboration and standardization. Engaging also the stakeholders ensures that all necessary tasks are captured and validated. Utilizing organizational templates and historical data streamlines the process and reduce the errors. Also, it's very important to regularly review and refine the activity definition to keep the project on track as new information emerges. To summarize our session, so we say that defining activities is a critical step ensuring that the project deliverables are translated into an actionable tasks. By leveraging these ITTOs effectively, you can create a comprehensive activity list and milestone list, laying groundwork for an accurate scheduling and resource allocation. Remember, the quality of your activity definition directly impacts the success of the next planning and execution phases.